I'm Cameron from Ultimate Floor Care, and today I want to talk about belt sanders, the Powerman belt sander. If you're on a floor and you find that one day it's working perfectly, the next day it's not, or we're having deep grooves on one side, and I'm talking very, very deep grooves, there could be an issue with the chassis at the bottom of the machine. I'm here with Simon, our repairs engineer here at Ultimate Floor Care, and he's going to talk to you about how we can avoid this and what the main cause of it is.
Right, okay. So these two characteristic flaws, or what you'll experience. Day one, it works fantastically well, no problems. Day two, it's cutting really, really deep grooves in one side. It's not like it's gone gradually deeper and deeper and deeper. These are the two characteristics that you're looking for when there's this problem.
So one day it's working perfectly, the next day it's not. So
That's right,
it's not just going to
absolutely.
happen.
It's a switch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happens is this is the uh, bracket that holds the wheels. The wheels screw on that side, and the lift and lower mechanism uses this connection to do that with, and it puts the wheels on the floor and takes the weight off the drum, or lets it down and takes the weight off the wheels. Now what happens is it's possible to get a fracture in this arm, and unless you know what you're looking for, it's very, very hard to see unless you know where to look for it. However, if you look underneath the machine and it looks like this, I think you'll agree it's fairly obvious.
Let's flip this machine over.
So if this does happen and you suspect that the arm is fractured, as I've described, the place where you want to look for the fracture is around this area here on this side of the wheel. If I can remember. Yeah, on this one you can see it can be really hard to see because I don't know if you can see the fracture start just there, and you might be able to see it creep round the corner there. This is to see it on that ridge there, that shiny ridge. The trained eye and trained to look for it. This is the finest of fractures. I can see it and I know what to look for, but it might be difficult to know that it's there.
Where's the rest of it? Where's the other one?
That's on the floor behind the 09.
So what you're saying, Simon, is we could have a very, very small fracture like the one in this.
And it'll be very hard to see. That's at one end of the scale.
We can have worst case scenario of it totally fracturing and cutting in half. That's right.
But this one is a good example because it shows it always goes around this part of the arm on the side of the adjustable wheel.
How this goes together now. There we go, like that. Yeah, so where that fracture started, this is actually deteriorated and snapped totally off.
It is, yeah. It's because this is a cast material, and cast doesn't like to bend flexibly much before it breaks. It's either perfectly shaped or it breaks, and not much in between. And it happens when the machine experiences a sharp or a heavy bang to one or both of the wheels. Say, for example, if you're lifting it in and out of the van and you drop it a little bit, or you can even run it over really, really rough concrete ground, and because you're not sanding with it, you think, I'll just push it forwards quickly. If it's that rough, the shock can start that fracture. But it's usually because you've dropped it out of the van, or you've gone over one of those speed humps in the van and it's not been restrained and it's jumped up and down like that. In all cases, the cause is a sharp drop or a bang to one or both of the wheels that fractures it, and that's it.
So most commonly with sanders, what you're saying, Simon, is if they're not strapping their machine down and it's bouncing up and down the back of the van, they're pulling it off the van and they're shunting it onto the floor. They're taking it over uneven surfaces, and this is having a lot of wear. That's a key thing. Now, another thing that I've actually found when I've watched contractors actually use the machine is the force they use when they're releasing the drum from the top here. We need to release it very slowly instead of just shunting it straight forward.
Well, I agree, and there are several good reasons for that. The primary reason, as far as a user is concerned, is that you want to be pushing the machine. The machine needs to be moving forwards before you let it down. Obviously, otherwise you're going to end up with a deeper crevice in where you first start, and you'll have to do the whole floor again.
Yeah.
Don't need me to tell you that. But yes, you do need to let these things down gradually. For the same reason, any sharp deceleration where you've got a heavy thing moving and it suddenly comes to a stop, where you're landing it on the floor, which is unmovable. If you do it quickly and the floor stops it dead, that's high impact. It's what you call high impact. So it's high impact that you're aiming to avoid.
And so if a contractor has this issue while they're on site, is it a quick fix? Can they do it while on site, or is it best to bring it to a repair centre like ours?
I can't imagine that an on-site user would have the tools to be able to fix this, and especially these 09 Cobras, because the setting of the wheel height is complex at the best of times. So it really isn't a job you could do in the field. It would have to come back here and we'd have to do it.
So typically, how much is the part for this machine? So if this goes wrong, what is a contractor expected to pay?
The last one of these was costed out at £180.
Okay, and that's plus labour?
Plus labour and plus VAT.
I suppose not only that, we have to take into consideration of the contractor's time and the machine actually not being on the floors making money for them.
And the logistics and headache of getting the machine to us and then collecting it when it's done.
So things like this does happen, but we do videos like this and we work with Simon to try and give people a peace of mind of what to look out for and how to control it and stop things like this happening.
Yes, and one of the objectives of our jobs is to support the client and show them how not to break their machines.
Yeah.
Because it improves the value of their business, it improves their quality of life. It's better for us and them.
Great. So if you're watching this video and you want to avoid your machine parts looking like this and more like this, still on the floors, making you money, give us a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you'll find more helpful videos to help you look after your machines and keep them running. Thanks, Simon.
Thank you.